My account is just not growing. Nobody's ever liking my posts. My reach is totally down. It's like my account is just dead. If that's you, it's okay. I'm here. We're gonna help, okay? Hi there. My name is Sarah Gavia. I help creators and business owners grow on social media so that you can see the results that you've been trying to see. So if you like that type of content, and considering that you're here, you probably do, make sure to subscribe. And now let's get on to today's tips. So your account is a little dead. It's okay because we can totally fix this. And believe it or not, it's actually pretty normal. Sometimes if you've had your account for a super long time, you could experience what I like to consider feeling a little bit dead, where your followers feel a little more like ghosts than real people. And if that's you, you clicked on the right video because we're gonna answer the question of, should you start a new account or should you try to raise this one up from the dead? And before we continue, if you are considering starting a brand new account, last week I posted a video on how to start a brand new account, everything that you should do in order to get your account up and running, sort of my best practices. So if you haven't seen that one already, you might want to watch that video after this one. So the first reason why it might be a good idea to start a new account is if majority of your followers are fake or inorganic. So maybe back in 2017, before you followed me and knew better, you bought a whole bunch of followers. I get it. It's totally tempting, but doing that is so bad for your account. And if most of your followers right now are those fake, inorganic bot followers, then yeah, it might be a good idea to start fresh, start from scratch, and get all those followers out of there. Another way you can end up with fake or inorganic followers is if you partake in some sort of engagement group, which is basically where a whole bunch of people join this group chat essentially, and they like and follow each other and support each other and comment silly comments on each other's posts, and it's supposed to boost your engagement. That leads you with a bunch of inorganic followers as well, and that can also be a reason why you might want to start a new account. But again, I would really recommend this if majority of your followers are fake or inorganic, so like over 50%. If it's under that, if it's like a couple hundred here and there, whatever, then you probably are good. But I would say just check in with you. You know how many followers you bought, or you know how many followers came inorganically, and if you really feel like this is the thing that's stopping you from growing because you have all these bot followers on your account, then I would definitely recommend that you start a new account. So the second reason why you might want to start a new account is if you have critically low engagement, like really low. And I'm not just talking a little low here and there. Every couple of videos gets really bad views. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like chronically low engagement. Low engagement where you've been implementing an actual strategy, not just a strategy that you came up with in your mind, like an actual strategy from someone like me or whatever, and you've been implementing that for at least 3 to 6 months, and you're still receiving critically low engagement even while doing everything right, that might be a case where you would want to start a new account as well. Now again, this is not in all cases. There is the possibility to revive your dead account even if the engagement is pretty dang low. So just check in with yourself, and I feel like you would know if your engagement has been that bad, then yeah, it might be time to sort of start fresh. And the third reason why you might want to start a new account is if you are completely changing your niche. So let's say that your Instagram account for years and years and years has been about fashion. You're posting fashion tips, you're posting different outfits, styles, etc., etc. But now you're like, I don't really like fashion that much anymore. It's kind of a thing of my past. Now I want to start teaching parenting tips for parents of toddlers. Okay, so you see how that's one completely different niche to another completely different niche? That would be a really good instance of somewhere where you would probably want to start a new account. Again, this is not always necessary. There are cases where people have done this and it's been great. However, it can be really tough to switch niches like that because it usually results in a lot of unfollowers, which can be really unmotivating and really frustrating, but also totally understandable. I mean, if someone followed you for fashion tips and now all of a sudden you're trying to tell me how I should parent my toddler, like like, I didn't sign up for this. So just keep that in mind. If you are thinking of going from one niche to another, it's probably a good idea to start a new account. The only case in which you might not need to do this is if the niche that you're switching to is super, super similar to your original niche. And typically this is very, very few cases. But for example, let's say your original topic was photography for weddings, and now you're switching to photography for maternity. That would be a case where I would say you don't need to start a whole new account. You can just transition it slowly, and that's usually fine. And another disclaimer with this is really only relevant if your account is a well-established account within your niche. If you like just started and you only posted like 5 posts about, this topic, and now you're thinking of switching, do I need to start a new account? Probably not. You probably don't have enough followers where it really matters. So again, this is a case-by-case basis with each person. So just do a little look-see on your account. Usually you know what you should do. Listen, I totally get it. Starting from scratch, starting from zero, from literally the ground up is really scary, especially if you have an account that you've been growing for years and now you're giving up that account essentially to start a new one completely from nothing. I totally get it if you're a little bit stressed and a little bit scared and you don't really know what to do. But starting a new account can be such a good decision. I'll use myself as an example. I have my Instagram account, SarahGav_, where I post tons of social media tips and business tips and all the stuff that you've probably seen me do. But I recently started a brand new account called Sarah Gavia, just my first and last name, where I'm talking a little bit more about my ballet journey, because if you didn't know, prior to this, I was a ballet dancer. And so those two niches are so different that it just felt natural to start that new account. And just as a little testimony, within a couple of months, literally, of implementing a strategy in order to grow up this new account, it's almost at 10,000 followers. Actually, by the time this video posts, it will probably be at 10,000 followers, which is so crazy. I hope this video made it a little bit more clear on whether or not you should start a new account, if this is right for you. If you still feel lost and confused, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. I would love to chat with you and we can, talk together and see if this actually would be a good idea for you. In the description box below, I'm gonna leave my free profile checklist. This is a great resource, especially if you are starting a new account, but also if you are just trying to implement a new strategy on your existing account. I basically walk you through all the things that you should have on your profile if you want it set up for success. So make sure to check out that link in the description box. It is totally free and sitting right there waiting for you. Also in the description, you'll find my Instagram and my TikTok and some other ways that we can connect. But that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you got through this video and you're like, okay, it's time for me to start a new account, decision made, we're doing this thing, then I definitely suggest that the next video you watch are my top tips for starting a new account. You're gonna find the video on the screen. Go ahead and click that one because that is the next video you should watch, especially if you're looking to start up that account from zero. And I tell you exactly what you should be doing in that first week. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.